Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new subscribers. I'm delighted and thrilled to have your subscription. I hope you stay for a good long time. Bring a friend with you next time and share my channel along the way. I am wanting to do, by now, you've seen Marvin whining about not getting, it's not what I said. I needed 2,000, 1,000. It's an annoying video where he actually publicly give a religious rebuke of a generous woman who offered only $1,200. Oh my goodness. It broke my heart. So I want to first preface this um, review of mine. It's just a review. And, you don't have to agree with my presentation. You don't have to agree with my views. And you don't even have to like the delivery, but the truth remains the truth. And that's what I am dishing out in this because I was very bothered by that. I was very bothered for a lot of different reasons, personally and just observantly. I had a lot of negativity towards that upload. So having said that, a few months ago, Marvin Sapp, is it a Marvin thing? Because here we are with Marvin Winans now, and now we have Marvin Sapp, and they're both, pimping the pulpit in my view. But Marvin Sapp, not long ago, had, to me, held his church in hostage for a minute because hadn't they hadn't collected like a debt collector, uh, like a debt that's due. They hadn't collected enough to reach his requirement, religious requirement. And so he said to the ushers, close the doors. And then he reminds them, I said, close the doors. I did a video on that, and I'll drop it into the description box for your review because that bothered me too. I'll drop it in the description. So I'm still in my preface mode because I want to really caveat everything. So I don't want anybody to think anything differently than just hear the truth, even if your opinion about it is different. The truth remains the truth, how wrong it is. Prior to the Marvin Sapp, I did an upload video on TD Jakes and his dancing and prancing at the Diddy party and how I found that to be ungodly for a man of God. So I do have my views about those, and I don't think it matches the integrity and expectation of a person in that role. But so many people are sacrificing integrity these days that to hold them accountable for it makes you the bad person. And okay, let that be. But having said that, I just want to share my views on this Marvin Winans. And because I've done a few in the past, I have decided, now I'm moving out of my preface mode. I have decided for the next couple of days, I am going to give my scornful correction of these ways because not enough people, I haven't heard from anybody in a position. I'm getting a glare, so I'm going to take my glasses off for a second. I haven't heard anybody in what I would call the administrative world of religion do something about this in such a public way that we know that something about this is being done, because perhaps it's just the way of the extra large mega churches. It's just unacceptable to me. It isn't a way that anyone can explain to me why those approaches are okay, I'll say. Now, to ask for a hefty or lofty or large or huge or big some amount should be made of a request without the religious reprimand. Because, we're in some kind of economy right now. And not everyone can do that, even if we're not in some kind of economy right now. I just don't find anything okay with it. Okay, so the next couple of days, I am going to inch into my views of it overall. And if you're so connected to the mega church and perhaps my lack of understanding as to the regular routine of this anyway, then feel free to just kind of bypass the next few videos because my truth is coming forth on it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Look at it as an opinion piece, look at it as a commentary piece. But if you care to stick around and hear your girl, then do that, because giving an individual like I did the past Marvin Sapp, TD Jakes, even before that, every now and then when they do something like this, I give a 10-minute or less video, say what I have to say. Many people might agree. It gets lots of views, and then we go on. But enough already with this nonsense. So the next couple of days, I'm going to give just a mini series, 10 minutes each probably, about it, and not just spiritually, but religiously, how you treat people, that kind of thing. But right now, let's talk about the woman. I call her the woman at the well nowadays. You see, even my energy changed when I go to talk about her. Wow. See, that's a humanity. That's a humanitarian piece. I felt for her in that moment because there she stood. So let me start fresh because I can't assume anybody knows anyone. She came forth to make a love offering at Marvin Winans Church. Most of them were given a script so that they wouldn't be too nervous as to, because a lot of times people are very uncomfortable with public speaking. So they were given an option of a script. That this part you don't see if you didn't see the whole video. And she took a script by which she was reading her contribution. And she's now at the microphone and she's with her, what would probably, in my view, is maybe her grandson. She seemed to be an elder woman to have a child that young, but that's just my assumption. Could have been her grandson, but she brought him along with her. So he's standing next to her. She takes the mic and she says, I am standing in unity. So whatever this cause is, he's collecting this $1,000 plus the $1,000. So he's wanting 2,000. And she says, I'm standing in unity. And here's a check for $1,000 plus, she's delighted to say, $235 of seed money that I am offering. His response to her was, that's only $1,200. Well, first of all, if you did your math right, it's $1,235. Clock that T. Because she said 230, but okay. He says to her, that's only $1,200. He says, y'all are not listening. I asked for 1,000 and 1,000. That would be 2,000. And she says, I'm gonna work on the other 800. Now it went reverse actually. He said that first. She said that I'm working on the other 800. But it doesn't matter the order. It matters the ignorance. First of all, so these are the things that I have to initially say about that. That's not what I asked for. Whose pimp are you? Did you earn that money? Does she owe it to you? She gave out of the goodness of her heart. Why didn't you receive it from the goodness of yours? Oh, I know why. You don't have any. Okay, that part. Okay, I'm sorry for even offering that. Ignore my sarcasm, but it is spiritual sarcasm because I am just really beyond fed up with the pulpit, the pimps in the pulpit who think they can do this. Did you consider the economy? Did you consider she's giving it out of the goodness of her heart? There she is with her young son, grandson, or she has a young male person next to her, and you rebuke her publicly in front of this child. How shameful. How embarrassing, what a demonstration, what an example was given. This is a child. Now, I remember when I was a young child, I was maybe 12 years old, and someone used an inappropriate, I was 12 years old. I know I was still in elementary school. Someone used an inappropriate tone with my grandfather, and I went ballistic. My grandfather had to hold me back. Seriously. No, you don't. No, you don't ever. Let me correct it. You never go disrespect my grandfather. Trust and believe me, even to this day. Even, even to this day, if anyone said anything out of order, my grandfather has been rest in peace for half of my life now. Even to this day, if he says something out of order or disrespectful about my grandfather, trust and believe the flames are coming. So here you have this child who has to walk away in rejection with his grandmother, who was just told by the pimp, I mean, the pulpit, the representative of the pulpit, that she didn't give enough by offering $1,200. That's not what I asked you. There's everything wrong with that. You see my energy? There's everything wrong with that. Now, here's what you don't know, and I'm going to share it with you. I saw this over a week ago, and I wrote all my Christian friends a text, and I said, you see why I feel the way I feel? You guys think I'm mad at God. I'm not mad at God. I'm mad at the way the church uses God as a golden altar to get the golden chips. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. I never did. And I kid you not, they all wrote back, it's man. It is the man is out of order. And I said, no, the church is out of order. The man gets away with what the church will allow. This is what I have a problem with. The church itself is out of order to have such an approach that's okay because the man said so. So let me say this about that. And this was actually going to be in my next video, but it's just, I'm so percolated by this nonsense at this point. If you have, and I do know church administration, so I'll remind us of this. If you have a financial goal for your church, for its edifice, for its building, for it needs a new roof, you have to take a spell. If you have that, you first bring that up in your trustees meeting. And if you can't reconcile the dollars there, you bring that up in your what they call GBM, your general business meeting. And if you can't get it done then, your third option is to go to the church. So see, don't play this with me. You're nonsense. Anyway, I didn't like it. I found it to be disrespectful. I found it to be pimpish. I found it out of order. And here is the final piece that broke my heart for this poor woman. It seemed that she walked away unbothered. So that is, to me, an acclamation of that. We're just seeing it now. Because she didn't even seem bothered. I'd love to have a conversation with her. She didn't seem bothered. But here's the part, if you've not heard it, that really broke my heart, was the organist as she walked away. The audacity to play this shameful Charlie Brown music. Like, you know the Charlie Brown music where you just like, wonk-wonk-wonk, that? He played that as she walked away to make a further fool out of her. No. You have now, Mr. Organist, brought yourself into this duet that was between Marvin Winans and I call her the woman at the well. The woman who offered Jesus a penny offered everything she had. But the woman, her son, Marvin Winans, and now you, Mr. Organist, for playing that music, wonk-wonk-wonk, it's everything wrong. So tune in. See, this is the calm. That's the calm before the storm. That's the calm before the storm. Don't be mad at me for my truth. I'm very angry about it. And what I am saying to the church, and all of my friends will even say, well, it's the man, it's the man. No, it's the church itself for allowing it. I'm saying this. I got my t-shirt on. Look, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is unacceptable. In every kind of way, this is unacceptable. Tune into my next upload where I'm going to be hopefully calmer. Hopefully calmer. I'll have to catch myself. So, but I'm going to I'm going to upload this I'm not going to edit this. I'm going to upload it just the way it is because the truth of the matter is how I feel about it. And that is the truth of the matter. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe. You don't have to wait till you get to the end ever to click subscribe. You can do that first. I love you. Tune in the next day or two for my calmer effect. And I'll see you later. Have a good night. Goodbye, y'all. Oh, Marvin, why you done got me mad?